Good morning, my name is Andrew and I am with Faithful Journey Solar Solutions, and welcome to sunny Florida. So behind me is my latest solar installation. This time it is on a 2018 Newmar Ventana 4037. This is, as you can tell, a Class A diesel pusher, and it's a big rig. It's about 41 feet in length. Okay, let me show you everything that was installed on this rig, which includes an inverter, batteries, solar panels, even a auto gen start. Come, let me give you a tour right now. So coming along the driver's side or the street side of this RV, one of the very first bays is the battery bay. Now this coach from factory came with 8 AGM batteries. Those AGM batteries had about 400 amp hours of usable capacity. Well, those boat anchors are out and new lithium batteries are in. These are the Epoch Eco series. They are 12 volt batteries and they're 314 amp hours each. So that means he now has over 1200 amp hours, or 3 times the capacity that he had with the AGM batteries. And then off to the right on the side is where the Lynx power in, the battery disconnect, and the SmartShunt were installed. Okay, so let's close this battery bay and let me show you where the inverter was installed. If we just literally take a couple steps forward, we have the very first storage bay. And prominently here on the left is where the inverter was installed. This is a Victron Multiplus-II. It's a 3000 VA, 2400 watt inverter charger. The nice thing about it is this is the 2X120 model, which was designed really for this North American market where we have these 50 amp RVs. So what that means is that this inverter will provide power to either of the hot legs while running off a battery. But you are limited to 2400 watts, but it still allows the customer the option to run, let's say, the rear air conditioner, and then turn that off and then run the front one. So as you have that limitation of only 2400 watts. Outside of that, it's a really great option for a lot of people. I install a lot of these inverters. Behind it, we have our Lynx distributor. This is the DC distribution side of the system I installed. So the inverter connected to it, as well as all the other componentry that are connecting to it. You really need a good DC distribution side to handle the amp load that these inverters and all the equipment is going to be running through the system that these coaches don't come with from the factory. That's why a DC distribution system gets installed. Now, we're still missing some components that are not visible on this driver's side. So let's hop on over to the passenger side and let me show you what was installed over there. So coming along the passenger side of the RV, about halfway down, we have one of the other storage bays here. So I open this door here, and let me zoom in here and let me show you what was installed. So very first here is we have our PV disconnect. So disconnecting the solar panels that are up on the roof in case of maintenance or for safety. It's easy to access, quick to turn off. Going down a little bit, we have our solar charge controller. Again, bringing in the power from all of the panels that are up on the roof. We'll go over those specs of those panels here in a second once we get up on that roof. Next, we have the Faithful Journey Auto Gen Start. So this is a box that I build and sell. It's an AGS. It works really well with these Victron systems with these onboard generators. If you look at a lot of the AGSs that come from the factory on these units, they are not lithium compatible. Lithium batteries like to hold their state of charge or their voltage until almost the bitter end, and then the voltage drops off. So the factory AGS doesn't work so well with these lithium batteries. So I've built this box. It integrates really nicely, and the advantage is it does periodic exercising of your generator. You can remotely start your generator manually from anywhere as long as the system is on the internet, as well as you can auto gen start based on several different factors. So this box is really nice. If you want to order one for yourself, my link will be down below. And then just behind the rail here is the Cerbo GX. Again, this is the brains of the operation. All of the components I installed connect to it. And then this allows you to see the status of the system, solar coming in, shore power status, generator status, all from an easy to use touchscreen that we'll show you inside the coach, as well as you have access to it on your phone. And then another advantage with the Cerbo GX, it allows me to be able to remote into your system and be able to troubleshoot and help or answer questions you might have about your system if you're not understanding why it's showing something. So now let's hop up on the roof and let me show you the solar panels. Okay, so we are up on the roof of this RV. Before we talk about the solar panels, let's briefly talk about the roof. Every RV roof has penetrations, and around every penetration there is sealant. Well, over time, that sealant dries out and cracks and eventually starts leaking. And those seals replace every about 3 to 5 years. It can be kind of a hassle for some people. So there's a company out there called RV Roofing Solutions, and what they do is they do a roof coating, which was done on this roof. So I coordinated with them, and I managed to get all of my solar panel brackets installed on this roof before their tech Alan came out to do the roof coating. And let me just show you a couple of clips here. So the process is they have to first clean the roof. It has to be spotless, it has to be clean in order to do the roof coating. So that's what Alan did first. After that, you can see a little video clip, and this is where Alan did a base coat. The base coat color is black, because then when you do the subsequent coats on top of it, you can make sure you get 100% coverage. So Alan did a base coat on this whole roof around every roof penetration. After that, he then did 2 top coats, which they look blue out of the bucket, but they cure white. And so the nice thing about this roof is now that it's been coated, all of the roof penetrations are sealed in and have become one with the roof. RV Roofing Solution provides a 10-year leak-free guarantee. So in terms of seals on the roof, client doesn't have to worry about it for a very long time. Now let's talk about the solar panels. As you can see, I've got 6 solar panels installed on this roof. These are 200-watt rich solar panels, providing 1,200 watts to recharge that battery bank. They're a great panel. There's room for plenty more to install, but this is going to be a great starting point. So let's go down below. Okay, so that wraps up the install walkthrough that I did on this 2018 Newmar Ventana 4037. It's a pretty nice system, not a super large system, but a very capable and robust system. So again, it's a Victron Multiplus-II. It's a inverter charger, and it's the 2X120, so it provides 2,400 watts of inverted power to either hot legs when running off a battery. When you're on a 50 amp shore power, that 50 amp is a pass-through on both hot legs, so there's no effect on shore power to how much power you have. You have the full 50 amps when you're on shore power. So outside of that, we got 1,200 watts of solar installed up on the roof. Again, rich solar 200 watt panels connecting into a Victron MPPT solar charge controller. We've got the Lynx DC distribution side of it. We've got the Faithful Journey Auto Genstart that integrates the Victron system with the onboard Onan Diesel generator. And then we have 4 of the Epoch Eco Series 314 amp hour lithium batteries, providing over 1,200 amp hours of usable capacity to this coach. So this is going to work really well for this client. I think it's going to really add to their capabilities of being able to run an air conditioner, especially through the night. That seems to be a common request or a common reason why we're doing these installs. And it's because people are wanting to run their air conditioner through the night, but a lot of places, more and more, are going to a curfew where you're not allowed to run your generator after certain hours after night. So these systems are very helpful for that. You don't need a huge system. You can do a system like this where it's capable of getting you through the night and being able to stay cool and enjoy your off-grid adventures. So if you're looking to get solar installed on your RV, you have a similar one, or any RV, give me a call, and my details will be down below, and we can talk about your needs, your goals, your budget, and design a system that is perfectly matched for you. And just I want to point out, one of the differences with me as an installer is I'm designing the systems myself, I'm installing the systems myself, and then I'm also supporting the systems. I don't just disappear after the fact. I'm there, I have access to your system, I'm there to help you out because I want you to be able to enjoy your RV, and I want you to make many great memories in your RV. And so we want to install a very capable system and then be able to support it if for some reason you'd have an issue after the fact. But I like the Victron stuff. It's very robust, very reliable, and it just works really well. So hope you have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.